Hello once again, I am Jim Dukart with T&D How Videos. Today we are looking across Interstate 35 just south of Kansas City, where yesterday we saw Kansas City Power and Light string 3 new distribution cables across that freeway and down this road that we are looking down now. Today we will be watching KCP&L sag these lines using dynamometers. Our participating utility is Kansas City Power and Light, and this video is sponsored by Burns and McDonnell. Now let's start with a job description at the job briefing on site.
Gentlemen, what we're going to do today is we're going to sag this wire that we pulled yesterday. We are going to use our dynamometers to do that with. I went through and got the total length of the pull. 3/0 ACSR, we're going to sag at 950 pounds. And the 477 ACSR we're going to sag at 2,600 pounds. The way I came up with that is we have a chart that the engineers have made up for us, and it goes by the span length, and it goes by the temperature. And it's about 80 degrees out here now, probably going to get up around 90 today. So that's the way we came up with that. The 477 ACSR is going to be sagged at 2,600. and these go up to 10,000 pounds. So we'll use this on the 477.
Now you probably heard our lead man foreman here, Jeff, refer to the instruments as dynamometers. They're actually officially called dynamometers, but in the field, dynamometers is used just as frequently and a bit more easily. Next, our crew signs off on their participation in the job briefing, and the next task is to complete installation of line blankets and line sleeves for protection. And then through the use of GoPro cameras, let's take you right up into the buckets. You see them installing a clamp here on the line, and then a hoist attached to that clamp and a fiberglass handle into that hoist, so they can use that to both secure the line to the crossarm and also tighten it up, which is actually the line sag process we're going to see.
Grip is on good.
You will see as we look across here that we're going to do this same procedure on all 3 A, B, and C phases of this line on both sides of the crossarm.
Right.
And so in fact, as we go to this side of the crossarm, you're going to see them install the first of the dynamometers. See, he is going to clamp that right in to the line here between the clamp and the hoist itself. They'll use the hoist, and that dynamometer will read tension in pounds as we tighten or take the sag out of this line. You see here the linkage between the hoist and the dynamometer itself. As he tightens this hoist in, that dynamometer again has a gauge on it that will give the reading of pounds in tension on this line as we tighten it. Okay, so our next task is going to be to loosen these line clamps so we can pull the line through as we sag it. And you can see that process here as one of the crew uses that handle on the hoist to tighten this line, and you're going to see a little bit of a bubble form here as they pull the line through. There's a better use or view of that bubble we're talking about, pulling the line through the clamp, and more of using that hoist to tighten or sag that line. And what you heard there was a crew member announcing 1,500 pounds of tension. Now, they can read these dynamometers from underneath as they are sagging or tightening the lines. The next one, you're going to hear the wind up above here in the bucket trucks and hear them announce 2,000 pounds of tension.
Right at 2.
And here another example of that bubble as they pull the lines through. They will pull that through and cut off the tail and then clamp it back down again. And here we're just showing you that they also go up and sag the neutral on the top of the pole using a different, smaller dynamometer up here.
975. 975.
The neutral only being sagged at 975 pounds. And then remove each of the dynamometers from the line. You see, as we look up from the ground here, all 3 of the dynamometers on phases A, B, and C are gone as they close in this switch, having completed the line sag. And so in closing, let's go back to Interstate 35 just south of Kansas City, where yesterday they strung new distribution lines across this interstate. Today we saw how they sagged the lines using dynamometers. And as we pan across the freeway, you can see how phases A, B, and C, the 3 wires on the bottom, are of uniform distance from each other. You have now seen our T&D How video on line sag with dynamometer. Our participating utility was Kansas City Power and Light. This video was sponsored by Burns and McDonnell. I am Jim Dukart with T&D How videos. Thank you so much for watching.